what you were thinking and what you were telling your teammates?
I wasn't really telling them much other than just kind of clock management stuff. I think we had that about a little under 4 minutes when we got the ball back. But we had good field position. We knew we were in no hurry, and we had timeouts. We were on our side of the 50, thanks to a great play by JD. So that's kind of all we were saying. We took a couple shots that weren't there. Credit them to that. But, man, talk about our seniors. Brian Correa stepped up, and especially JJ. We were having a tough time running the ball in the interior, and JJ was able to find some holes for some big gainers. And then Cody and Marcus pulling down catches. I remember on that last drive. It wasn't anything special. Kind of just like Utah State. Everyone watches the movies and thinks the quarterback steps in there, gives some big speech. You're more just reminding them. Everybody knows what has to be done. You're more just reminding them, all right, clock management, ball security, and maintain consistency.
Your most successful runs downfield came on that series when you went down the middle. Was that just determination? Was it maybe they were dropping back some players and saw an opening? Or why was it that on that particular series you ran so well downfield?
Right. They were doing a good job. I mentioned earlier I was getting hit a lot. They were doing a good job mixing up pressure as far as bringing the pass rush from the second level. Slanting with their defensive line and bringing linebackers and kind of confusing us up front. What they did in that last drive, at least to me it seemed, I'll have to go back and watch the film to be sure, but it seemed like they were just bringing a rush with their front four and dropping everybody else back in the pass coverage. I felt like they still kept the Mike spy me a little bit, but we were attacking the middle of the field with Cody from that weak side, and they felt threatened by that. So I feel like they kind of had to bail out that. But that's the biggest change I noticed is that it seemed like your more traditional four-man pass rush, which is obviously easier for our O-line to sort out and obviously easier for myself to find run lanes. But, and then they just didn't want to get beat down the field like you don't make them, make a guy. I hadn't been successful running the ball up until that point, so make me earn it with my feet, and we were fortunate enough to get past the sticks on a couple of key downs.
Question over here.
Leif Peevlet, BleacherReport.com. Riley, can you tell us about that last play with that fake spike for the touchdown and what was going through your head there?
Well, when I was little, I always used to watch NFL films, hours and hours on end. I'd stay up late watching them. It used to make my mama mad. But I vividly remember Dan Marino doing that. I don't know if it was a playoff game or whatever it was, but I can see him doing that. His throw was a lot more impressive, obviously, because he's Dan Marino, and his was from a lot farther out. But we'd seen that, and it was something that we practiced this year, so we had a signal for it. We haven't practiced it in a couple of months, but we had it in our bag of tricks, and it came from the sideline to clock it. Stop the ball. We would have stopped the clock with about 12 seconds left. We're on the first down, which is enough time to get 2, maybe if we're lucky, 3 shots into the end zone, throwing the ball or maybe run a draw or whatever. But I saw that. I saw as our guys hustled to the ball, their guys kind of stood up because we were yelling clock. Everyone's making a sign and all that stuff. And I looked at the clock and I thought, I can be quick with this. I can still get it off and still give us enough time for 2 plays. So I yelled to our outside guys and I yelled to our guys the call and gave the outside guys the signal. And we ran it. And the corner, and Cody's stance was not a receiver stance at all. He was kind of just standing there on the ball waiting for it to get hiked. And so that made the corner relax a little bit. And so when Cody took off, the first thing the corner did was sprint to run back to not get beat on a fade. And I had Cody's eyes, and he stopped, and I was able to put the ball back shoulder. Great play by him. Again, I can't tell you how proud I am of him and the way he played today. This ball game would have been a lot different story if it weren't for him and his tough play.